Just seconds ago, while we were in this interview, I got a text that I had been awarded this really small artist access grant. And it's a grant that, is given to artists just for advancing their careers. And I thought that the best way that I could think about advancing my career is to learn a little bit about the interface between AI and the artwork that I create. And I say that fully aware of all the controversy and pitfalls attached to artificial intelligence, but also with eyes wide open that our future is in many ways going to be determined by that technology. We will have digital agents that are able to do asset management of a building as if it was a staff person who would know when to pay the electric bill and when the roof needs to be replaced and which tenants are needing to get notices. That there is going to be technology that transforms the way that we in society analyze data, the way we communicate, the way we inhabit this planet. And I think that it's been a long time coming that, technology changes the human experience. And we first experienced that when we made this technology called tools. And it's happened time and time again across society. But nothing like this before. And in fact, in order to be robot-proof, the idea was how to let humans understand how a computer works, how they can code a computer so that they weren't controlled by the computer and they could use the computer to help them. But I think AI is a whole different animal. In fact, it's what some AI creators are calling a digital species. Just like a pet, like a dog, that we co-evolved with, and because we had dogs, wolves that came close to the campfire and we domesticated, we had protectors that helped human beings evolve that would bark when danger came to the campfire. And through time, we have transformed these pets, this actual species of canines that we have in our homes and lives. I think that an AI experience for human isn't a digital pet, one that we breed and control and confine and feed, but it's more of a digital species that will co-evolve alongside us and cognizant of whatever ethical and deep fake and threats that it brings to the way we see, perceive, communicate, and share ideas in a planet that is going to be more technologically advanced than anything you and I can imagine now. I also think that we need to rise to the challenge of AI and figure out ways of finding creative approaches to help address scientific inquiry, and like the way AI can figure out how proteins fold. Or I'm particularly interested in figuring out how AI can help us predict climate vulnerability. And specifically, one question I'd really want to pose to AI, if I can learn a little bit more about how to ask the right questions and prep it, is, what's Miami going to look like with sea level rise and climate change? What's going to happen with climate migration? Will the Caribbean basin, that's going to be equally affected by sea level rise, but without the infrastructure, the resources to adapt to it economically or otherwise, will those climate refugees come to our shores in Miami the way my parents did as political refugees? Or will they bypass Miami and go to Orlando or places with higher ground? And if they do come to Miami, because Miami is on fire sale, because no one wants to live in Miami anymore but it's affordable to someone coming from a place where there is no economy, and at least there's some partial economy here. Will the economic benefit of climate refugees in Miami give Miami a little life? Will it give it a working middle class as Miami transforms itself? These are very complex data-driven prediction models that look at both climate and economy and social sciences. But if there's a way of tapping into AI to address these complex issues and also to figure out how it is that we help manage the dwindling wilderness in our fisheries and in our ecosystems and habitats, how to predict where salinity, where sea level rise is going to make our freshwater aquifer undrinkable, how to understand where agriculture happens. If there's a way that we could use artificial intelligence to advance and visualize and manage mass data, then I believe that that is a tool that can be of benefit to us. And as an exercise, I was at Hubbard Brook Experimental Forest this summer. It's one of the communities outside of Miami that I have the most interaction with. Since 2012, I've been going there every year as artist in residence. And this time around, I did a residency where I did a little writing. So it was like a little writing residence for me. And part of it involved creating poetry with artificial intelligence. So there was that little exercise where I was trying to create fellowship with an artificial being. And I think that the possibilities and opportunities are endless, from whimsical things to really important challenges facing our humanity. And I challenge artists to explore those tools as a way of creating, innovating, and communicating with society.